Hello crew, I'm going to teach you a valuable lesson today, one that's going to set your business up to even get greater results. So make sure you stick through the whole video. This is really important. And today I want to teach you about percentages and how to use them, because I see too many business owners not using them at all and they are missing out. See, a raw number doesn't tell a story. I can go into any business and have a look at some financial reporting and there's just no percentages there. But when you add a percentage, it just tells you the story about what's happening in that business. So look, you weren't taught about percentages and how powerful they are. So give yourself a break. What you were taught was this saying, which was, you can't bank percentages. Now, while that is true, if you told me that your business grew by $500,000 this year over last year, it sounds impressive, but I don't know if it is or not. So if your turnover was 500,000 and it grew by 500,000, now that's very impressive. If your same numbers, if your business grew by 500,000 and your revenue was 10 million, that's a very different story. See, one's got 100% increase and the other one's got 0.5%. Same number, but when you use it in a different context, it tells the story. So I want to tell you about a case study of a business that I give advice to, and they went to a trade show just over the last couple of days. And I'm going to share with you in a second their results. But they went to a trade show and they were doing everything right. They had an outcome that they were looking for. They knew how to work a trade show. They had a script and a process. And what unfolded is so powerful that I felt I just had to come and share this with you. So let's reiterate the benefits that you can get by using percentages over just raw numbers. 100% of the time, you're going to get a better result by asking the simple question of how I can improve my percentages. And when you break the whole of that process, the same as what we did with Bill and his Expo, into how many people attended, how many people came to his booth, and how many people made appointments. And we thought about how do we increase the percentage at each one of those levels. You can just see how much more powerful it is than just, well, we've got 4 bookings. I'm just going to share my screen with you and let's just go through a few of those numbers. So in Sydney, the result was 25.5% of the participants came to his booth and 16% booked an appointment with him. That's where we drew the line in the sand. That's a great result, by the way, but we drew the line in the sand and asked that question, how could we get a better percentage? Here's what we did. We've had a look at our script that we've been using and we tweaked it. Remember, we're trying to get a better percentage. So we tweaked the script. We had a look at our process, the process of how we engage with the potential clients and move them through our process to get a booking. And we did some tweaks on that as well. Understood that we were after a big mindset shift here. We were after quality, not necessarily quantity. So out of the Sydney, overwhelm, everyone attacks the booth, and what we're trying to do is scan as many barcodes as we could, as opposed to who actually wants to buy our product and how do we identify those. That's the fine tuning that we did, and this is what happened. Melbourne, 37.8% of the participants visited the booth. 16.2% booked appointments. Now, that's only a slight increase, but we had 37% more come to the booth. So it was a win. So then we got to Brisbane, and this is what happened. We had an 18.6% conversion rate from visitors to the booth, but our appointments went up to 22%, 22.2% actually, of the number of people who were at the expo booked appointments. Now, these improvements really have made a difference to Bill's business. And let me tell you why, because, and we'll put it into some context, every client for Bill is worth $15,000. These very small changes to the percentage and our process made a significant difference. Let me read you what Bill wrote to me after the 3 expos had been finished. The system adjustments worked. I had more time to talk. Overall, it was really well received. So here's what I want you to do next. And just before that, ask you this question. How much more confident do you think Bill is in his ability to run his business now that he knows the secret of percentages? And here's what I'm so excited about. I've gained more confidence in my future due to the responses I got from my new connections. What a powerful result. All because we were using percentages to tell us a story. So here's something I want you to ponder on. There is the cost of hiring myself or any other advisors, and there's also the cost of staying where you are. So are you prepared to pay the cost to stay where you are? And if you're not, I'm going to leave my web address just below where you can jump on and find out more information, understand what a program would look like. But for today, I want you to make sure that you start using percentages. They are going to tell you a story that you've never been told before. You have a great week and let's move it.